Hi, and welcome back to our YouTube series, 60-second highlights on risk. This summer, we're focusing on protecting officers and directors against personal liability. And today, in episode 4, we're going to talk about 3 areas of legal liability for officers and directors. So let's talk about these 3 areas. The first area of legal liability is fiduciary duty. That's the duty by directors and officers to act honestly, in good faith, and in the best interests of the corporation. The second area is a duty of care. The duty to act with care, diligence, and skill that a reasonably prudent person would exercise in comparable circumstances. In other words, spend the time, be diligent, make informed business decisions, as we talked about in our last episode, and use good judgment. And the third area is statutory liabilities. In our next episode, we're going to talk in more detail about statutory liabilities. So let's talk about the similarities between the kinds of liabilities that directors and officers face, and let's touch on a couple differences. In terms of similarities, members of the corporation's management team have many of the same legal responsibilities to the corporation as do the directors. In other words, officers and directors are subject to fiduciary duties and the duty of care. Both must act and discharge their duties and responsibilities with the duty of care and considering their fiduciary responsibilities to act honestly and in good faith. Let's look at some differences. First, officers or management are responsible for running the company on a day-to-day basis, while directors monitor their activities on more of a higher level. Second, there are certain liabilities to which directors, but not officers, are subject to, such as payment to shareholders when the corporation is insolvent, or liability for employee wages. And there are certain liabilities which directors and officers share together, but which officers are more likely to be held accountable for because they're in a better position to control the actions of the corporation, particularly on a day-to-day basis. So, in summary, there are 3 areas of legal liability: fiduciary duty, duty of care, and statutory liabilities. And for further reading, I suggest you go to Directors' Responsibilities in Canada. That's a joint publication from the Institute of Corporate Directors and Osler LLP. Thank you. See you next episode.